This girl who has a boyfriend keeps trying to get my attention on Instagram. She tries to make friends with my friends and my girlfriends. Her friends also watch out for me. What gives? She has a boyfriend, so he's trying to figure out.
That hoe ain't loyal. Looks like she's trying to cheat on her boyfriend. Maybe take it as a compliment. She's thirsty for you. So, but it's just bad karma to go and try to mow another man's lawn. Don't do that. You know, when it end up in highly a divorce situation.
I had a friends with benefits of 5 months leave me for a guy she dated and fell in love with within 5 weeks. If I go no contact, will she ever be back?
Well, if she's with somebody else, you should not be contacting her still. And so just because you go no contact, it's you shouldn't be looking at that as a strategy to get a girl. You should be learning what's in the book, the fundamentals. This tells me that you're probably a cherry picker and you're kind of lazy and half-assing it. And so the reason why you go no contact is, in other words, you were at the negotiating table, you wanted sex and romance, and she's like, no, I found somebody else. I'm going to go fucking sleep and date with him. And it sounds like he stayed engaged and kept calling and kept texting, even though she's with somebody else. That just makes you look like a chump. And so if I were you, I would never call or text her again for any reason because she's already, what was it, a year and a half, he said?
Yeah.
Within 5 weeks.
Yeah, so he's been stuck in friend zone for a year and a half, and he's hoping to get another chance. The best thing you can do is learn the book and apply it, and go get yourself some other choices and other options. Because if she ever does break up with that guy and she hasn't heard from you or talked to you in 6 weeks or 6 months or 2 years, whatever it happens to be, she may reach back out. But if you keep calling and texting her, you're basically one of her fans. She's a celebrity, and you're one of her fans that's worshiping her. So cut that shit out and go meet some other women. You never try to keep somebody that doesn't want to keep you. And so she chose another guy over you, and that tells me that your game probably sucks and it's sloppy and you need to clean it up. And the only way it's going to get any better, because you got to participate in your own rescue, is to learn the book and apply it, not sit there and obsess over what was.
He says that he's on his sixth read and she was reaching out. Then he started to reach out once per week. He was there
Yeah,
for
that's not what
her
Seven
mom
Principles of
dying,
X
birthday,
says.
Valentine's Day. He
Yeah,
told
but
her he didn't want to be friends.
Yeah, when you've been dumped like that and she ran off with another guy, just because so what happened was he probably got dumped because he over pursued. And so now she reached back out. It's probably because the relationship isn't going well. And now he's re-engaging, pursuing her again, even though she still has a boyfriend. What you should have done is you should have, asked her if she was, oh, you're not with that guy anymore? Oh, no, well, I'm still with him. It's like, well, I'd love to see you, but since you got a boyfriend, it's kind of inappropriate for us to chat. But man, if it doesn't work out with that guy, I would love to see you again. So if it doesn't work out, hit me up. I got to run. I'll talk to you later. And then you dip. And then you never call or text her again. I see a lot of guys do that. They're in no contact, and the girl reaches out, and then they pick back the pursuit up again. And what happens is when the girl's single and reaches out, they start pursuing, and they literally chase the girl right back out of their lives all over again, turn her off for the same reason, and they get stuck in friend zone. So you're not following my work. You're doing the opposite of what I teach. You're doing the opposite of what Seven Principles to Get an X-Pack says. So you got to do better, dude.
I think that should be a sign enough if he was with her for 5 months, friends with benefits, and then in only 5 weeks she falls in love with someone else. Like clearly she didn't see boyfriend qualities in him.
Yeah, because he was acting
She
like
was
too
just
much like a
waiting
bitch.
for like the better option, and the better option came.
Well, she was, because the only thing that really matters is how she feels. So she had him and she had another guy, and the other guy acted more masculine than he did. So that's why she chose him.
Yeah.
And, he's great that he's read the book 6 times so far, but he's doing the opposite of what Seven Principles Get an X-Pack says.
And she's only reaching out when something dramatic happens in her life.
Yeah. So in other words, the future of their relationship is in doubt, and she's basically reaching back out to know if he's still down to bang, if she needs some rebound sex. So that's where we're at.
How can a man juggle multiple girlfriends?
Very carefully. The thing you gotta understand, if you got a rotation and you're dating girls that ultimately are looking for a boyfriend, they're not going to stay on your practice squad forever. Eventually, they're going to pick up on the fact that you're not serious about them, and then they're gonna dip on you. So that's why if you're just want a rotation, then you're going to always be churning it like a practice squad on an NFL team is. You know, it was like one of the guys that was on Caroline's got dropped. Right? It was a guy that couldn't make a fucking definite date to save his life. He's asking her all these questions, and it just annoyed her to the point where she's like, "Am I taking you out, or are you taking me out?" She literally said that to him, and he ran away with his tail between his legs. So she's, you know, that guy's he's dunsies. He's out of the picture now. He's just a fan on social media, and there's some new prospects that have popped up since then, and you know, so she's churning that practice squad looking for the next great love of her life. That's, you know, women do it, and so guys should be doing it. You don't need to tell her who you're dating or that you're dating other people. It's really none of her business, and vice versa. Women, most of the time, are not gonna volunteer that. Now, family-oriented girls, I have dated women they only talk to one guy at a time. They only date one guy at a time. And the only way they'll date somebody else is if it's completely over and they're 100% certain that that particular guy is not going to become somebody that they get into a relationship with.
Yeah.
But for the most part, most women, they're going to have a practice squad too. So they do it, you can do it. Because the reality is you're just looking for one good one. And one is no choice, two is a dilemma, three is a proper choice. And especially if you're trying to learn what's in the book, it behooves you to have 2, 3, 4, 5 different women that you're talking to. Now, it doesn't mean you're sleeping with all of them. You might be only sleeping with one or two, and the other ones might be you just met them, or you just got their number, or you just, you know, planned your first date, so you don't know what you don't know yet. Because what happens is eventually you meet somebody you really like and who really likes you, and the rest of the practice squad they kind of all get slowly dropped.
Advice. Long distance, girl calls him, talks, then she says she has to go really fast and that she'll call me back. She doesn't call back for a day or two. I don't chase her, then she gets upset that I don't call.
Huh?
Are they long distance? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Well, she's not doing what she says she does, and if she gets pissed off, again, what are we looking for? Easygoing, easy to get along with, somebody who's nice to you. Somebody who's nice and sweet, and that's not nice and sweet. It sounds like she just enjoys the attention from you. So if she's treating you that way, I wouldn't call or text her for any reason, and especially her being long distance. It's
Sounds
I don't
like
think
she has a boyfriend.
Yeah, maybe you're the backup plan in case it doesn't work out with Chad Thundercock.
She could be dating somebody else.
Because
That
if
could be.
she's calling him and then she's like, I gotta go, and then doesn't talk to him for a couple of days.
That's because her man just walked in the room.
Yeah.
So like, who you talking
Ooh,
to?
Chad Thundercock has arrived. Mr. Snuffleupagus is here to save the day. I gotta go, but I'll call you back real soon.
And then she's
Or-
projecting that anger.
Let me play the devil's advocate because that's what I always do. She could also have 7 fucking dogs and she's cleaning up dog shit and piss.
For
She
a
doesn't
few
have time to
days.
talk to you. She could be working out. She could be doing a bunch of other things, and you're last priority on her list.
Then he shouldn't be with her. He should be ahead of that.
Yeah, I was just quenching my thirst. And then, if that's the case, you should be finding someone else that is prioritizing you. That's the harsh truth.